Hello, hello. This is Laura V from Laura V Studios coming on for Being Divine. Today is September 29th, 2024. We have one day left in September. Whoa. Gosh, I remember, that first day, which was 4 weeks ago. It was a Sunday. Wow. Wow. I was so excited, like, oh, a shift. I wonder what we're shifting into. What does this look like? Wow. Wow. So, you know, this weekend's been rough. This weekend's been hard dealing with fear around the body. Also just I've started something new and the fear for that has kicked in and then there are the storms going on and my mentor and healer is affected by that. And so there's that going on and it's just a lot. There's a lot going on this weekend that's really made the end of September not as bright as the beginning was. But I think I'll use today to reflect. I mean, we still have tomorrow. It'll be interesting to see what tomorrow brings. One of the things that I've learned, got a chance to talk with a friend today, and that really helps me when I can process what's going on. That helps a lot. Let's see if this does better. Yeah, it's a little better. Um, Helps a lot to talk with her. And I'm just trying to this right on this edge of my face keeps, I don't know, it's weird. Okay, anyway. Um, so yeah, helping talking to her helped because I want to really serve people in a way that's aligned for me. And I'm sorting through how to do that. And the thing that keeps coming to me over and over and over is to focus on my membership, get my membership going because what I really need is to build a community. I really need that. I think it's best for my energy and I think it's people seem to appreciate that from me the most. And so I want to honor that and be able to offer that. Um, it means I need a little more structure for my membership. It means I need to find a way to structure the meetings so that I have a recording because sometimes with community support, it just isn't appropriate to publish some of it. So I think what I want to do is structure it so that the first half hour is recordable stuff, and then we can have some stuff in the middle, and then have something at the end, and just have two pieces. Or I pause it. I don't know. We'll see. We'll try it tonight and see what happens. So that's what I'm thinking about. I am working on a group program, and I think that could be cool. It's just not going to be now, which is fine. Um, I like the idea of doing challenges. I really like the idea of doing challenges. And so I'm going to do a challenge for October. And since it's Halloween, might as well be a channeling challenge. And since I got to practice it this summer, I'm going to give myself a do-over to do it better. I didn't do the 90 days so well. So we'll see how I do with 30 days. 30 days of channeling. So we're going to try that for October. I'm excited about that. That's going to be fun. But yeah, this whole had fear about the body the last couple days. Um, Not feeling real connected to my guides or to my higher self. And, that's not a new thing for me. Um, but with the whole shifting thing into a new timeline and being in 5D and all that, it's like, is that real? Yeah, that's where I'm at the end of the month. It's like, well, was that real? I do know that I did have some really powerful shifts when I worked with that coach on her 5 day challenge. I know there were some very powerful shifts there. And interestingly, I had gotten an email from a lady who I took a class with years ago. And she's like, September is the month. is a 9 month, and nine is an amplifier. I'm like, oh. And I thought, she's like, add your birthday, birth month, and the year, and that'll give you your year number. And I'm like, well, it's a nine, thinking to use 2024. So I'm like, okay, completion, integration, okay. But then I looked at it like a week or two later, and she's like, no, 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 no. You use 2023 if you haven't had a birthday yet. I was like, oh, well, then it made it an eight. And that was all about abundance. And what's really interesting is, I did this shift with my business and like, okay, I'm ready to like have a real business. It's like I'm now in like, I think business has been kind of a hobby thing for me. And now it's like, no, this is we're going to treat this like a real thing. It's like, wow, okay. So then, just being in that head and really figure out how to do my work. I mean, it's like I know how to do my work when I work with clients. That's easy. It's the how to work as a business owner. And the thing is, I've run a business before. So this isn't like new in that sense, but the online world and all of that, it's different. And I was never good at marketing. So, I've got a steep learning curve there, and everybody's got a different idea of how to market. And I think what's becoming clear to me is like, I know what feels good to me for marketing, and I'm going to go with what feels good. Because the fact is, as my daughter says, you have a workable business model. People have bought from you. So now it's just a matter of like upgrading that to like a real to a higher level of service and a higher level of income. And that's all valuable and good. So there's that piece. But my body's just like tired and I'm tired. And I mean, considering I've been going, going, going all month, yeah, I guess it makes sense that I'm going to have a low energy period. But I also know that when I'm here, when I'm in a place where I feel kind of down, low energy, not really connected to my guide and stuff, that's usually an indicator that I'm on the edge of a breakthrough. So I guess I'm leveling up, which probably is about right on time because my birthday is 2 weeks from this Wednesday. No, a week from this Wednesday. So my birthday's in 10 days. So 10 days. I got 10 days before the big day when I just feel like everything's going to shift. Like something's going to happen that's just going to shift everything in a really big way. So, I've done this being divine, and the whole idea was to do it for the month of September. And they said, it's going to be a month of settling into this new timeline and energy and all this stuff. And, there's just a lot to still let go of from the human. There's a lot yet to let go of. I mean, I've done some work, but there's so much more to do. So that's going to be interesting. How to, what that shift is going to look like. Um, but yeah, I just feel like it's 2 weeks of preparing for something big, something big. It's going to be a big shift. We shall see. We shall see. But yeah, I think I'm gonna have to keep going with being divine for another month. I don't think 1 month's enough. I think there's more. Or maybe on October 1st, I'll wake up and my guides will give me a new directive. Because the thing is, like this month, we got a lot going on this month in the US in particular. Like the political campaigns are going to ramp up. And so the noise is going to ramp up. We've got storms. We've got this potential solar flare thing that could knock our stuff out. We'll see what that looks like. So there are things happening that are gonna be unsettling. So I feel like September was this month of promise, like we're shifting into something new and it's going to be amazing. Or I have shifted into something. I don't know. I don't know. But the thing is, like on YouTube right now, there's just noise, a lot of noise. And I want to be a voice of calm. It's interesting because when I worked with this coach, the one thing that I'm feeling really good about, and I feel like this really feeds into this calm thing, but it also explains why I'm feeling challenged with my body, is because I said I'm here to help women feel safe in their bodies. So it's like, okay, we're now going to root out the things in your consciousness about your body that need to go, that need to shift, that need to change so that you feel safe in your body and your body feels, it feels safe to be in your body and your body feels safe. Because right now, there's stuff going on and I need my body to like have more health. I want to take better care of my body. So maybe that's what October is going to be. It's like, oh, oh, isn't that interesting? This is the thought that came to me. Like September has been about being divine, being my divine self. And now it's like, okay, you've tapped into your divinity. You've been exploring that. You've been figuring out what that looks like and settling into that. And now it's time to embody my divinity. So October is going to be about embodiment, about the body and embodying my divinity and what that will look like. Because I can tell you what my idea of what embodying my divinity looks like is that I'm fully in my divine consciousness. Well, okay, but this still is an aspect of being divine because our bodies are a big part of this experience, obviously. I mean, that's the whole idea is we were just consciousness and then we took on these bodies. And so that's a very big thing. And so there's a lot of stuff. There's just a lot of stuff around the body. Well, just always has been, but it's like, you know, there's the medical stuff and food stuff and spiritual stuff. And it's like, where does it gets really confusing for me, honestly. Embodying my divinity. So yeah, I think October is going to be about the body and embodying our divinity and what that looks like. Because in my sense of what that looks like is, you know, I'm I'm in my divine consciousness. And what does divine consciousness look like? Okay, here's what divine consciousness looks like to me. It's, well, human consciousness is getting caught up in all of the minutia of human life. Like today, just so many thoughts about myself. It's like, wow. Okay. How does that help me to be of service to God? How to be of service to others if I'm always in my own head? Because I was feeling pressured this morning because my daughter wanted to go to Madison and being late did mess that up. So there's that piece, but I had to get the laundry done. And because we weren't going to have two cars, so my husband wasn't going to be able to do it because my other daughter wanted the car to go for the day. I'm like, well, the laundry has to get done. So I had to do it in the morning. And I couldn't get out of the house before 8. So that really put a crimp on things. And I didn't get done until 10:30. So I was feeling really pressured about that. But interestingly, at the laundromat, I had a conversation with a lady. And it was really interesting because she was telling me about how she does everything herself and that she has a dryer at home but no washer because the plumbing isn't hooked up. And I was like, what would it take for you to get that plumbing done? She says, well, it's expensive. And I'm like, okay, what would it take? And I'm like, how much is it? She's like, well, I haven't called yet. I'm like, okay, can you make the call? And it was funny. I said, yeah, I'm a coach and I help people work through resistance to things that they want to accomplish. She's like, well, you're pretty good at it. I'm like, well, thank you. So I realized I was there for that. That was my purpose for being at the laundromat this morning. And it was a very powerful experience and a powerful exchange that I'm very grateful for. So there's me. I'm stuck in my humanness, but my divine self was very much on top of things. And I could see that. So for me, being in divine consciousness is being out of this self-consciousness and being into, plugged into the divine and following intuition and being guided by the intuition. And yeah, I guess this being divine thing, it's an unfolding thing. And it's something that I'm not gonna get done in a month. Clearly. Clearly. And being in 5D, fifth dimension, it's like, yeah, but there's still a lot of 3D stuff going on. And so I think that gets in the way of really fully anchoring into 5D, or at least being able to perceive it. So I don't feel like I'm in divine consciousness yet. Closer. I know that I can access it pretty easily. Um, but still the minutia of human life can get in the way, you know? So there's that. So embodying my divinity, I I would just like to see my body. I would like to my sense of my body and see, I grew up being told that I'm spiritual and not material. So any discordant thing that shows up on the body should easily be he- healed, kind of thing. And I'm dealing with blood sugar issues and cholesterol. I never had to deal with cholesterol issues. And a few other things that are just like, this is wrong. And I think the thing is, I think another thing about being divine is knowing that you don't have to play the game. You don't have to engage. You don't have to play this game. Because I'm just like, you know what? I'm not, because the doctor's like, I'm going to put you on this medication. I'm like, I am not doing this. I'm not doing any more meds. I'm done. I'm not going down this road. I don't want to go down this road. Leads to no good. So I was like, we have to find a different way to have health in the body. And health means, no cholesterol, no, everything normal and the body functioning and feeling good in my body and my body functioning well and not having to think about it and having to think about how to take care of it, definitely. But there's also a reverence too. It's like the body, I think that it's very important to have reverence for our bodies. You know, these bodies we chose these so that we could have powerful experiences. And I think that's important. And so I also feel like if I'm really embodying my divinity, I have a reverence for my body. And what that looks like is the thoughts about my body will be reverent, will be positive, will be nurturing and nourishing and appreciative. And what I do for my body would be, again, reverent. So it'd be like eating foods that are truly nourishing for the body, doing movement that is nourishing for the body. So supporting my body. is a big part of embodying my divinity. You know, that's where I'm headed. That's where I'm going. And I fall for, I like sugary foods. I do. That's true. Um, I do. And so it's like, well, because see, here's the other thing. I also think this is where things get interesting because one, I believe we, make sweet treats and things because it's a part of the human experience, to experience all of it. I think when you make food medicine, you can open up to a big bag of trouble. So there's another way of looking at food from a metaphysical standpoint of giving it no power at all, like it neither being good nor bad. It just is. So then where's the nourishing thing come from? Well, our thoughts nourish our body as much as foods we eat nourish our body. And some would argue that the foods that are coming out of the ground don't have the nutrients they used to have and aren't nourishing us at all. And that's when things get really yucky. And so I just want to clean that up, you know? Um, my sense is from a metaphysical standpoint, if you understand that thought is behind everything, then we can have thoughts about our food that are nourishing. So it doesn't matter so much what you eat, as long as it isn't poison. But like a carrot, for instance. Well, does it have the nutrients it's supposed to have? And will this really nourish the body? It's a carrot. It comes from the ground. It has nutrients that the body needs. And so I'm going to eat carrots. But I also like donuts. I do. And I don't think it's necessarily wrong to have a donut, just not probably every day. So it's a matter of balancing out I guess the thing is, what is a healthy diet that supports my body? Different people respond to different things. And so it's a matter of me finding a diet that feels nourishing for me. And I think that's where I'm going to go with that. So those are my thoughts for today. Those are my thoughts on being divine. It's like, okay, I definitely, am focusing on my divinity and divine consciousness, but also I'm on this earth and I'm a physical being, and it'll be interesting to see where this goes. What does embodying my divinity look like? If I'm in my divinity, what does that consciousness towards my body look like? What do my daily eating and movement habits look like? That is what we shall be working on in October. So, hey, I've got direction for October. That's exciting. So we'll keep going, and it'll be about embodiment. So I hope you've been enjoying this series, and I hope you enjoy what comes for October. All right. Have a good day. Bye bye.